My name is Jenipher Odeyo. I come from Nyamware sub-location, Kasral village. I'm here to talk about primary health care in the community. I want to mention some of the things about the primary care as a matter of appreciation, the way it came in the community. Let me start by appreciating the government, the NGOs, the well-wishers, the church, Christians, and even members of the community for accepting the PHC to reach right inside the community and to share the knowledge and to work sharing one another's burden. Before the PHC came in the community, we had a lot of challenges, especially in the part of diseases like measles. Long time ago, when I was young, what I knew about measles, what the community knew about measles was the beating of the drums when there was an outbreak. But after the knowledge and training and the awareness of the PHC in the community, we no longer beat drums. We know that when you are attacked by measles, you go to the hospital to attend the clinic, and we know there is vaccination. Other diseases like TB, also whooping cough, also we had a lot of improvement because of vaccination in the hospital. Before the PHC, we had also other challenges like the outbreak of cholera in the community. We knew cholera as a disease that belongs to the community because they don't love one another. But the PHCs brought the knowledge for us to know that if we try to avoid the outbreak of cholera, we have to maintain cleanliness. The use of water, clean water, the washing of the hands, eating of clean food, cooking food well, and even making our environment clean. Also, after the PHC reached in the community, they introduced the sleeping inside the net. That is in the part of malaria, to avoid malaria attack. And nowadays, our young babies, even mothers, even fathers, we sleep under the net to avoid the malaria attack. And this has really improved the health of the members of the community. As far as malaria is also concerned, they brought the learning, the education, to let us be aware, to educate us about the clearing of the bush, about the removal of the stagnant water within our compounds and even outside. And this has really helped us in the outbreak of cholera to reduce it. Also, the PHC managed to bring the CHWs to work with in the community so that immediately we are attacked, we are able to reach to the hospital very fast to be tested and to be treated immediately, and the availability of the malaria drugs within the hospital. Before the PHC, we had another also a problem of nutrition. We thought when it comes to nutrition, we can only eat meat, chicken, but the training of the PHC in the community made us to learn that as far as nutrition is concerned, the small fish, the omena, is very important in our diet, the vegetables. So we are supposed to have kitchen gardens within the compound to make us have vegetables for us to eat while they are fresh. And that one has made us also to improve our nutrition. Also, they made us to know that there are some of the fruits we can have within the compound, like pawpaws, and even like pumpkins, vegetables like pumpkins in the compound. And this has really improved our health as far as nutrition is concerned. The PHC also managed to bring for us the awareness of diseases like AIDS. Long time ago, we did not understand how AIDS can come and attack your brother, attack your sister, attack your mother, and attack your father at the same time. So we thought it is bewitching within the community. But with the community training, the community awareness, with the PHC training, the PHC bringing the awareness right inside the community, we now know and understand how AIDS comes and how AIDS is being transmitted, because we live in a community of sharing. We like sharing. We share everything. We share utensils, we share clothes, we share even our blankets. We even go far as sharing the girlfriends and the boyfriends in the community. Even we share our husbands, because we believe in wife inheritance. And this march was bringing a lot of increase in the disease which we call AIDS. So the coming of the PHC in the community, right inside the community, they brought for us, even though you people, you like sharing, but why don't you use condoms as far as disease is concerned? And so the introduction of condoms within the community has really also helped our girls, our husbands, even our sons. Another challenge also that we had in the community is in the part of giving birth. We were not aware of family planning. We were to give birth each and every year, and these children were not healthy enough because they lack enough care from the mother and the father. So they brought for us the understanding of the family planning. And they decided through the CHWs to come and train us so that we can move right from the community to the hospital to get family planning, so that we can plan the family we want. If you want 2 children, 3, 4, or 5. And you can even take 2 or 3 years or 5 years before you give birth to another child. And this one has really made us now to take our children to school. And as far as health is concerned, we can now get time even to go and look for food and to eat, and also to take care of the baby nicely without struggling. Because before, there was you can be pregnant and there's one at your back and there's one you are holding the hand. It was really terrible. So the coming of the PHC in the community, we have to appreciate it. It has given us the knowledge to understand. We learn by seeing, we learn by doing, we learn by appreciating. On the part of some of the diseases that we are not aware of, we have we have another challenge of some of the diseases within the community. As far as we are moving and we are appreciating on the part of drug abuse. On the part of drug abuse, allow me to talk about how it affects us in the community as far as PHC is concerned. Be it my child, my son, my daughter, or my husband taking drug, be it alcohol, be it cocaine, be it anything, as long as it affects brain, and this person falls sick, the doctor said he or she is supposed to take medication frequently. Due to this drug in the brain, it is not easy for them to monitor how to take drug, especially when we talk of the TB drugs, we talk of the HIV drugs, and so they don't follow the instructions. And this one affects us, affects the communities very much. As far as drug abuse is concerned, Youth are the future members of the community, and the youths are the ones involved rightly inside the community by taking drugs. What a future will we have after 30 years in the community? What type of people are we going to have? Because these people, even the maintaining the cleanliness which we need in healthcare, they cannot. They cannot even take bath. They can even not wash hands. Even if you monitor them, they become I don't care group of people in the community. As far as special needs is concerned in the community, as we are moving as far as PHC is concerned, what about our special needs children, special needs brothers, fathers, mothers, husbands? We have them in the community. Sometimes there's a mobile clinic. These people cannot reach where there is a mobile clinic in the community because they cannot walk. They need support. Who can do the support? Sometimes the person who is taking care of this person is also an old mom or an old mzee. When I talk of special needs, I mean, let me take the part of physically handicapped. These people cannot walk, and we have them in the community. And if you go outside the community, you might find some of them using the wheelchairs for their movement. And we don't show the love. To them, we don't show them love because they are always right inside the house. They don't come out because they are restricted in movement. If we can have bicycles for our normal people, normal children at a fair price, which is cheap, why not wheelchairs for the handicapped people? Why don't we make it cheaper for them to afford? Now that some of them can afford, after getting the wheelchair, they need training. Where are there schools in the community? These people need to learn. Where are there schools? Where are their schools in the community? Will they move to schools or in the public where there are no toilets and the toilets to fit them? Are the classes fitting them? Are the chairs fitting them as far as health PHC is concerned? So this group of people are remaining behind while we are moving. Now, if we can have some of them with the wheelchair, where are the roads for them to move? Will they move with the wheelchair in the bush? It is not easy to move with a wheelchair in the bush. So as we talk about the PHC, so many things should come together so that we have the holistic development within the community. Let us take the part of the blind. Where are there are schools in the community? Where are they supposed to be educated to know how to use the stick? Because we call it stick, and we don't know even how to use the stick. They need a training how to use a stick so that the stick will make them know where they are moving to. We have another group here, which is called the deaf. We appreciate, we see them in everywhere, in town, in media, but right inside the community. Do we have their training so that they can also be like others? And what about their schools, the special need cases? How are they expensive and why? Now, if we can afford free primary education for our normal children, why not for the special need children in the community? Why are these people neglected and left behind while we are moving? Because in the case of the deaf people, if at all we have 3 or 2 in the community during training, during the teaching where we gain the knowledge of how to interact or to be aware of a particular disease, the way we had an outbreak of cholera, outbreak of, there was also AIDS, there was also outbreak of other diseases like this one we had, corona. If we have those ones who are trained particularly to talk with the deaf people in the community, they will come and they will talk to them through the system of talking using hands, and they will understand and they will know each and everything. These people also, they need spiritual knowledge. They have to know what about God and what God is saying. And these people cannot read the Bible. Now, are we able to give them even the pamphlets to read, telling them wash your hands, telling them to boil water, telling them to keep off from other things like the use of net in the, keep off from other things like the unclean environment? No. I'm still in the special need cases. As far as cleanliness is concerned, one of the most important things as far as PHC is concerned. Some of them walk using their hands. Imagine a person using their hand to walk. And if we could afford to have gloves in the hospital for nurses and doctors to use while attending at the sick people, where are the gloves for those ones in the community, disabled, using their hands to walk? Imagine they walk using their hands and they use their hands to eat. Will they maintain washing their hands each and every now and then? If we can have shoes to wear, what about them to have something to put on their hands for washing? And it should be something which is protected and it should have taken care of properly. In the part of drug abuse in the community, we look at our young boys and girls under age 18 years. We talk of, there are some who are willing to come out from the drug abuse. This group who are willing to come out from the drug abuse, where are the rehabilitation centers in the community, so that these people can have their group and join there to go and learn, and they be disciplined positively and they learn. And if we can have the rehabilitation centers in the community where they train them, the disadvantages and the advantages of drug abuse. Where are the certificates? If we can have certificates for each and everything, why don't we give the certificates for these people of drug abuse who has come out from drug abuse to show, once I was this, but this time I'm this way, I'm really changed, I can do and this, and not to leave them there. We have something to do with NYS in the government. Why don't they push these people with their certificates to go and join the NYS so that members who are remaining back at the community can see this change of this drug abuse? Because with taking drugs, you cannot even take medication. And with taking drugs, you cannot even take care of your children or the sick ones in the home. So this one is also a challenge to us in the form of PHC in the community. So if they can go there and get training, they will come back and train and mobilize and show. And because the community learn by seeing, and they will see that change, and they will also will have to learn to change or to join. Allow me also to talk about our pregnant mothers in the community. As much as we love them, as much we take them to the hospital, as much as we give them free things, the introduction of the Pampers. We introduce the Pampers for the mothers who gave birth to use it for the children. They introduce the Pampers for our sick people who cannot go to the toilet. It is good, very good, but it is also a challenge. These people need a lot of training, and it is supposed to be a continuous training. How do they dispose these Pampers? How do they dispose the condoms which have been used? It comes back to affect our young babies, our young children. How do the young children look at condom and see? They see it as balloons. Mommy, I've picked a balloon. I want to use it. Because sometimes the mother cannot afford to buy a balloon for the child. As far as they are very good for us in the community, we need more knowledge to educate us how to dispose them. We need also an environment cleaning within the community. If we can do an environment World Day in the country, can we also have an environment day in the community so that each community compete with another of cleaning the environment by picking and disposing and banning things like condoms, things like pampers, things like diapers, so that our environment may be clean as far as our children and other members are concerned. In the part of physically handicapped people, great concerns will be put. At primary level or secondary level, if we look back in the community and how you want them to go to school so that they learn like the others, and this person cannot walk going to school. These people, if they can have their primary school, their own secondary school, and it should be affordable, not expensive, it should be cheap. And there are nurses and doctors to come and attend them within the community. Sometimes we have mobile clinics coming to the community for us. But what about these physically handicapped or mentally handicapped or socially handicapped people in the community? Nowadays, we have a lot of challenges, like we have a disease known as pressure, very common in the community. Allow me to call it as an outbreak. Pressure, each and every time anybody goes to the hospital, pressure is high, pressure is low. Doing the mobile clinic when they come in the community, very good. They do the test, the way they know how to test for pressure, very good. After telling us that you have the pressure, and they leave you like that, why don't they come with the drugs? And why don't they use the drugs? And why are the drugs not cheap? And why are the drugs not affordable? If we can have drugs for HIV, diseases which are like pressure, which is now common with people, should also be right inside in the community to be affordable in the dispensary and even in the sub-county hospitals, and it should be free in charge because the disease is common. Another need for the community members in the part of nutrition. We know, but we have to be reminded of. We have to be told each and every now and then to monitor our nutrition to avoid diseases like diabetes. And after the attack of the diabetes, assume you don't inherit it, it is just attack which it can be treated. It is too expensive for members in the community. They cannot afford it. So what the members of the community will say, they will do what I don't care method, just sitting and waiting to die. Another thing also I have to say about the PHC in the community is about, before the awareness of diseases like syphilis, gonorrhea, people were really suffering because it was a transmitted disease. If transmitted diseases like syphilis and gonorrhea can be treated, then why don't they test them whenever they come in the community to find it much earlier? Because these people, You know why these people fear even moving to the hospital. To remove that fear or stigma, whenever they come, why don't they do this test of syphilis, gonorrhea, and if at all there are some suffering, they should be taken and be treated, and then when they come back, they make awareness in the community to make other members also come out, so that to remove that fear or stigma. I remain, after talking about those, and may you allow me to say thank you, and I appreciate the work of the PHC in the community. We only need to do more and more and educate more and more. Education should be continuous, non-stop. Thank you.